I've known Grant since I started covering soccer, which has only been about 12 years. I first met him standing in line to get into a media tribune at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. We had adjoining rooms at the 2014 World Cup in Brazil for a month. So I knew him well. Everybody that covered soccer knew Grant. One memory that really stands out to me was in qualifying for the 2018 World Cup, the U.S. got up to a very, very bad start. They lost the first game. They were completely embarrassed in the second game in Costa Rica. And I know that in the U.S. media, the question everyone wanted to ask was Jurgen Klinsmann the right guy to continue this program? And we went to a press conference and everyone was kind of looking at each other. Grant stood up, second question, very boldly, looked at Jurgen Klinsmann and said, "Are you the right man to lead this program forward?" Jurgen Klinsmann never coached another game for the U.S. national team. Was Grant responsible for that? No, but he had a huge platform. His soccer reporting was at the forefront of a lot of the conversations in the U.S. So what Grant was thinking, what his opinions were, what he put out there, a lot of times drove the conversation. And that was very important because soccer is not like baseball, football, where there's a ton of different voices. One person can kind of drive the conversation. And I think Grant did that. He was a very dogged reporter with a ton of sources. But Grant also had sharp elbows. I mean, he competed for stories. You know, if you were coming onto his turf and you were working on a story that maybe he was chasing or he thought he'd have, he let you know that that was his territory. When you look at the U.S. sports landscape, all of us who are soccer journalists, we have to fight to get every word and paragraph and story in our paper or magazine. It's not easy. And Grant was the one that blazed the trail. You couldn't say no to Grant when he called for an interview. He was Grant Wahl. You had to talk to him. You know, everyone had a lot of respect for Grant. And if those of us who were jealous of him or wanted to beat him, that's because we knew he was the best. As to what comes after this, you know, there's no doubt that Grant will be enshrined in the National Soccer Hall of Fame in Frisco, Texas. I think there probably will be a media award established in Grant's name, whether it's for FIFA, whether it's through U.S. Soccer, or whether it's through MLS. But, you know, the real thing is the legacy. I've had a million young journalists tell me that Grant Wahl was the first person that they wrote to and the first person they asked advice of. I've never heard of one person say that he didn't respond and didn't help them and didn't offer them tips and help and suggestions on how to get started. He was very good about bringing young writers along. And I think there is probably a young soccer journalist out there that in 10 or 15 years will be the next Grant Wahl. And I can't wait for that interview where they say, "I got my start because of Grant Wahl."